कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
करता गेम में करता जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Jai Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय So reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita 18 chapter 5 and text number 80 विद्याविनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि Sunicheva Svabhakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha Vidyavana Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Sunicheva Svabhakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha Vidyavana Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Sunicheva Svabhakecha Pandita Samadarshina Vidyavana Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Cheva Svabhakecha Pandita Samadarshina Vidyavana Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Sunicheva Svabhakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The humble says, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater, outcast. Please repeat the translation. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. We will read the purport. It's a small purport. We'll read and we'll start our discussion. Purport. A Krishna conscious person does not make any distinction between species or castes. The Brahmana and the outcast may be different from the social point of view. Or a dog, a cow, or an elephant may be different from the point of view of species. But these differences of body are meaningless from the viewpoint of a learned transcendentalist. This is due to their relationship to the Supreme. For the Supreme Lord, by His plenary portion, as Paramatma, is present in everyone's heart. Such an understanding of the Supreme is real knowledge. As far as the bodies are concerned, in different castes or different species of life, the Lord is equally kind to everyone because He treats every living being as a friend, yet maintains Himself as Paramatma regardless of the circumstances of the living entities. The Lord as Paramatma is present both in the outcast and in the Brahmana. Although the body of a Brahmana and that of an outcast are not the same, the bodies are material productions of different modes of mental nature. But the soul and the supersoul in the body are of the same spiritual quality. The similarity in the quality of the soul and the supersoul, however, does not make them equal in quantity, for the individual soul is present only in that particular body, whereas the Paramatma is present in each and every body. A Krishna conscious person has full knowledge of this, and therefore he is truly learned and has equal vision. The similar characteristics of the soul and supersoul are that they are both conscious, eternal, and blissful. But the difference is that the individual soul is conscious within the limited jurisdiction of the body, whereas the super soul is conscious of all bodies. The super soul is present in all bodies without distinction. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Jalagaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Bhashyadade Siddharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are reading this verse today, which explains Panditaha, who is a Pandita. So the qualification or characteristic of a true Pandita has been mentioned here. So who is the true Pandita? Pandita means the real scholarly person or educated person or a true Brahmana. Who is that person? So, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini. So, Vidya means the education, and his Vinaya also. Vinaya means he's humble. So, that person who is the truly educated person is always very humble, Sampanne, and he sees with the equal vision. Whom he sees with the equal vision? Everyone. So, the few categories being mentioned here, but it is not limited to only this few. Brahmana, Gavi means cow, Hastini means elephant, Shuni, Shuni is the dog, and Swapake means the dog eater. Dog eater is like very low class people. They're not even Shudra, they're not considered. So, in the Vedic system, Shudras are considered very low class, but then this Swapake is even lower than the Shudras. So, the few of them are mentioned here, but the Pandita means he is Samdarshina, he sees everyone with the equal vision. So, why only the few names are mentioned here? Brahmana, Gavi, Hastini, Shuni, Shapake. So, basically, you can understand the different living entities, they are in different modes. So, he has covered like the different entities in different modes. So, we see the Brahmana. Brahmana is like always in mode of goodness, the true Brahmana. And even the cow, Gavi means cow. Cow is also the animal species, but in the animal species also there are different kind of animals. So cow is considered in the mode of goodness. So is covered Brahmana and cow. So the people, those who are in mode of goodness, he sees them with the equal vision as Hastini. Hastini means the elephant. So elephant is considered as in the mode of passion. And then Shuni means the dog, and then dog eater, Swapake. They are in mode of ignorance. So the dog is considered in mode of ignorance, and these people, this category, Swapake means dog eaters, they are also in the mode of ignorance. So by mentioning these names, these few categories, it's covered like everyone he sees with the equal vision. That is the definition of the Pandita. Pandita means truly educated person. So that is the definition. So education is not about just going and getting some degrees in the big universities and wearing some nice branded clothes and branded shoes and something like that. That is not the idea of education or educated person. This is the education. It is about how does he look, what is his perspective about the people around, the world around. So he sees them with the equal vision, right? So that is what. So how it is possible now? Let us understand this concept, that how someone sees everyone with the equal vision. Or everyone is equal, like the human beings, the animals, the elephant, the cow, and the dog. How we see them equally? So the point is, how do we understand this? Is externally there are differences, but internally, so there is a diversity externally, but there is a similarity internally. So a truly learned person, he sees that everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. Mame vamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Krishna explains that all the living entities, they're my amsha, they're my part and parcel. So a Pandita sees everyone as part and parcel of Krishna. He doesn't just see the external covering, which is the body, because he is in knowledge. He is truly educated person. He sees that this body is nothing, but it is just outer covering, and this covering is based on the karma. So the different souls, the different living entities, they perform different karma. Based on that karma, they get the different kind of bodies. So it is just like a person goes to the mall to shop. So somebody can buy a shirt, maybe some 50 bucks. Somebody spent 100 bucks for the same shirt, or different variety, but one shirt $100, one shirt $50. There might be possibility of one shirt of $1,000. So just because the different people are wearing different shirts, it doesn't mean that you see them that they are all different category. You see they're all human beings. So we cannot treat them just because somebody is wearing $50 shirts, somebody is wearing $100 shirt. So the real, truly educated person will see that they are all human beings. So he should treat them well. So that is the understanding that scriptures gives. Karmana deva netrena jantur dehopapadyate. Right? Different living entities under the supervision of the Supreme Lord, they are given the different bodies based on the different karmas. So externally there is a different covering, but the true understanding is they are all part and parcel of Krishna. They are soul. So the Pandita means he sees them as a soul, as a part and parcel of Krishna. So he sees their spiritual identity, not only just material identity or bodily identity. So yes, at the bodily identity there is a difference, but still spiritual identity, we all belong to Krishna. So Pandita sees like that, right? So he doesn't discriminate based on the externals. Ei bhalo, ei manda, sab manera bhram. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, oh, this is good, this is bad. One should come out from all this kind of, vision. When we see that everyone is Krishna's part and parcel, and then they're all connected to Krishna, so a truly scholarly person, he is only concerned about their Krishna consciousness, irrespective of whatever their external coverings are there. So there is no discrimination, right? So this is a verse which helps us to solve this social issue. Like there's a lot of inequalities in the society. There is a gender inequality. People talk about gender equality. Then in the previous times there was inequality based on the caste. The Brahmanas were considered as very high class. Shudras were treated as outcast, that they should not come in this particular area, they should not touch something. So all those kind of discrimination which created a lot of chaos in the society, lot of disturbance in the society, lot of hatred among the people. Oh, I am a Brahmana, you are a Shudra, so I hate you. I should be respected. So all these kind of things can be resolved if we understand these kind of verses from the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is saying we should develop this perspective, this vision of seeing everyone equally. Shuni cheva sopakecha pandita samadarshina. So truly Pandit person, scholarly person, he will see this. And not only it is not limited to just human beings, but he sees even the animals or any other species of life. There are 8.4 million species of life. Jalaja navalikkani stavara shatavimshati. So there is 9 lakh species found in the water, aquatics. There are 20 lakh species found on the earth. So like that the description is given of 8.4 million species. So the truly Pandit person, he will see everyone equal. So he's not only limited to seeing the human beings, like some side of people, their philosophy is that the humans should be treated so well and animals can be slaughtered. And the reason they give is, they say that animal doesn't have the soul. That is their understanding. They say human beings only have the soul, animals doesn't have the soul. So they can be slaughtered. Right? So this is a wrong understanding. Krishna is saying, Mamevamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. All the living entities are my part and parcel. Either it is animal, or it is aquatic, birds, beast, or human beings. Everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. And that is the true vision of a Pandita. So when we see with such a vision, then what happens? People will not dare to even slaughter the animals. So now this is also another big problem in the society. People are indiscriminately slaughtering the poor animals. All kinds of animals, including the cows, which is in the scriptures considered as worshipable mother. But because of ignorance, people think you can slaughter any animal because they don't have the soul, or their understanding is completely different. So then they slaughter. So it can resolve this issue also. If we talk about, no meat eating, how to convince the people, how to educate the people about no meat eating. They should develop this kind of a vision that everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. So if you respect the human beings, you talk about the human rights, talk about the animal rights also. Why animals are not considered? They are also part and parcel of Krishna. So that is the vision of a Pandita Samadarshina. Okay. So when we say that he sees them with equal vision, it doesn't mean that reciprocation with everyone is also same. Somebody might say, oh no, there has to be some differences, there has to be some discrimination. So yes, at the social level, there has to be some different level of treatment is expected for different people. We don't treat the dog equally as we treat some Brahmana. So maybe to a Brahmana or saintly person, you can go and bow down. When you say if you see a dog also with the equal vision, then you should go and bow down to the dog also. Is that the understanding? No. The reciprocation can be different. So there is something called due respect. So give everyone due respect. So a saintly person, a Brahmana, he has some due respect. People go, respect him, bow down to him because of his stature as a Brahmana or as a saintly person. He has the knowledge, he gives you the knowledge. So in gratitude, you can offer the respect to him or obeisances to him. But to a dog, what is the respect to the dog? Bowing down to the dog? No. Respecting dog means you don't kick him, you don't throw some stones on him, probably possible give him some piece of bread. That itself is a good respect to the dog in the street. So when we say that we see them with an equal vision, it doesn't mean that we reciprocate them. Like you can go and probably hug the cow, Gavi, probably maybe Hastini also, elephant also you can go and touch. But don't dare to go and hug the tiger. Right. Tiger will not see you with the equal vision. He'll see you as his meal. So how do we reciprocate is different, but at the same time we maintain that understanding that everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. So that is the understanding. And if we have this kind of vision, then there is no enmity. There is no enviousness among the people. The people are envious of each other. Why there is enviousness? Because we think, oh, I am better or he is better. Why he is better? I am more better, but why he is getting more respects? Like that. So then we have this vision of that we all are part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna has blessed us with different kind of skills and different kind of possessions. So we should respect. We should respect Krishna, and then when we respect Krishna means we respect Krishna's blessings which is bestowed on different living entities in different ways. So then there is no enviousness. There is no fear. So just one vision you develop and a lot of problems can be resolved. Enviousness, fear, meat eating, discrimination in the society, just with one understanding. So that is the power of this knowledge. Right? So another definition which is mentioned about the Pandita, who is a Pandita? So Chanakya Pandit, the famous quotation from Chanakya Pandit, Prabhupada many times he quotes, says, Matravat paradareshu, paradraveshu lostruvat, atmavat sarvabhuteshu, yeh pashyati sa Pandita. So this definition is also explained. Who is a truly Pandita? Pandita means truly educated, truly scholarly person. Again, not just carrying some degrees, university degrees, which is great to have. It doesn't make you real scholarly person. So who is the person? Matravat paradaresu. Paradaresu means who sees other women as his mother, except his wife. Matravat sees every woman. So seeing women as a mother means giving the respect to all the women as good as you give the respect to your own mother. So unfortunately in this modern age we see that women is seen as the object of sense gratification. People sees that, and all kinds of marketing companies, they pose the woman as object of enjoyment. But that was not the Vedic vision of towards the women. They were treated as mothers. So a Pandita, truly Pandita, he will see the women as a mother. Means he will offer the respect as good as one offers the respect to his own mother. And then paradraveshu lostruvat, others' possessions as the garbage. He don't look at somebody. So people when look at others' things, and then they started planning. Some people they think, okay, if I can get this, I can steal this. So a truly scholarly person, he never thinks of others' possession. He says, this is waste. I should not even think about that. And then Atmavat Sarva Bhuteshu. And he treats all other living entities as he treats himself, or he wants himself to be treated. So he's ready to give the same treatment to other living entities. Ya Pashyati Sapandita. He is a truly Pandita person. So these are the quotations from the scriptures wherein we understand that how a truly scholarly person, truly educated person should behave, how he sees everyone with the equal vision. Okay, so Prabhupada used to say that what is the United Nation? They're talking about United Nation, and every other nation is fighting with each other. They're envious of each other. They're just waiting for the right opportunity to attack another country, and they call it United Nation. So without this kind of a vision, it is not possible to have the real United Nation. United Nation means we should develop this vision. Pandita Samadarshina. We sees everyone. So as brothers and sisters, and Krishna is our Supreme Father. Aham Bij Pradapitaha. Krishna says, I am the seed giving Father. So Krishna is our Supreme Father. And all the living entities, we are all the child of God. And when we have that kind of a vision, then you treat them as your brothers and sisters. Not only human beings, but even the animals. You give them the due respect. Right. So this is the understanding. Now, Prabhupada is mentioning few points here, saying the seeing with the equal vision doesn't mean that we think that we are all one with God, or we become everybody is same and we all can become one with the Lord. No, there is a equal vision, but still there is a difference. So difference is we are the soul and Krishna is the super soul. So understanding is soul is limited to this body, and the super soul, he knows each and everything about everybody. So there is a difference. So there is a Mayavadi tinge. Sometimes people think equal vision means we are all one. One means I am God, you are God, everybody is God. That is how we see everyone. We are all God. No, we are not God. That is not the idea of seeing everyone as one. So we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are the soul and Krishna is the super soul. So there are two entities, right? And soul is part and parcel of Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's famous verse, as he says, that how one should think, what should be your real identity, what should be your real vision. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this famous verse, he says, Naham Vipro Nacha Narapatir. Yeah, this is the verse. Na ham vipro na cha narapatir, na pi vaishyo na shudro, na ham varni, na cha grahapatir, na vanasto yatirva. Kintu prodyan nikala paramanandam, purnamratavder, gopi bharatu, pad kamalayor, das das dasanudas. So it's a very, very powerful statement by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Great teaching by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what he's saying is, na ham vipro, I'm not a brahmana. Na cha narapatir, I'm not a grasta also, I'm not a householder. Na pi vaishyo, nor I am a businessman. Na shudro, I'm not a shudra also. So what are you? You are not a brahmana. You are not a vaishya, you are not a shudra. You are not a householder. What you are then? How you should think of yourself, or we should think about others. So he's saying, Gopi Bharatu Padakamalayur Das Das Dasanudas. This is what is our true identity. That we are all the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Gopi Bharatu. Who is Gopi Bharatu? One who maintains the gopis. Who is that? Krishna, Gopinath. Right? So Krishna has different names. So Gopi Bharatu means Krishna. So one should think of himself and he should see others also as that I am Gopi Bharatu Padakamalayur Das Das Dasanudas. I am not the servant of Krishna. Devotees never thinks like I am servant of Krishna. That also brings some ego. That I am not ordinary servant, I am servant of Krishna. So that also brings some ego. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us how you should think of yourself. Das Das Dasanudas. Because becoming the Das of Krishna is easy. We feel proud about, oh, I am devotee of Krishna, I am servant of Krishna. But Chaitanya was saying, no. You should think that you are the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. And that is very difficult. It crushes our ego. We had to crush our ego to think like that. So then when we think, we act like that, then we become purified. Because the problem is ego everywhere. So the Shastras, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining, teaching us that how one should think. So this is the understanding. Even in the Srimad Bhagavatam also, this famous verse has been explained in the same context, which explains, Kirata hunandra pulinda pulkasha abhir shamba yavana khashadaya. Ye anye cha papa yad apashraya shraya suddhyanti tasmai prabhavishnave namaha. So this is a very strong statement he has given here. Says Kirat. So these are all different categories of people. So we talk about Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. We know only 4 categories. And we understand, okay, Brahmanas are highest class, Shudras are the lowest class. But there is further down more classes, which has been explained in the Bhagavatam. What are those classes? Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumbha, Yavana, members of the Khasa races, and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord. Due to his being the supreme power, I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto him. So this is the verdict of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we can discriminate on the externals. Oh, he's a 3rd class, he's a 4th class, he's a Shudra class, he's a dog eater. But the Shastra is saying even 4th class, 5th class, 10th class person also, if we take the shelter of the Supreme Lord, he can become purified. So the Lord is not discriminating. He is saying anybody who comes to me, I'll purify him. But we discriminate. So that is why in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us Pandita Samadarshina. We should develop the equal vision that everyone belongs to Krishna and Krishna loves everyone equally as their part and parcel, as their children. As a father does not discriminate between the 2 children. If one child is very, very smart, very intelligent, very handsome, the other child might be a little handicapped, mentally, physically, not so smart, not so good looking. But the father equally treats both the child. He equally loves both the child. So that is the vision of Krishna. And Krishna is saying that is how we should also see. So when we understand all these things, then a lot of clarification comes. Sometimes people discriminate. So yesterday also we were discussing about a lot of discrimination happens on the external levels. So there is this verse has been explained by Rupa Goswami. Drashter svabhav janiter vapuchasya dosher na prakratatvam ya bhakta janasya pashyed gangam basam na khalu budbud fen pankher brahma dravatvam abhagachyati nir pankhay. So sometimes people try to discriminate someone. It can be on a social level, it can be even on the spiritual level also. Oh, he's a great devotee because he's a rich man, he's an educated man, so looks like he's a very fine devotee. Another person, oh, he comes from a very low class family, he comes from a Shudra family, not much educated also, illiterate person. So there can be discrimination even in the spiritual circles also, if we're not careful. So Rupa Goswami is teaching us here, Drashter Svabhav Janitar Bapuchasya Dosher. There might be some dosha on the Bapu. Bapu means the body. On the physical level, there might be some dosha, some vices, some problems. Somebody might not be so good looking, somebody might be handicapped, somebody comes from a very low background, something like that. But that should not be the criteria for treating him as a devotee. It's very, very important. So this context has been explained, this verse has been explained in the context of the spiritual teacher. So it's about the qualification. It's not about the externals. Right? So that is what the Shastra is teaching us here. That Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gabi Hastini Shuni Cheva Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. So with the vidya, the right education, the right understanding, then he sees everyone with the equal vision. So that is the true Pandit, and that kind of a vision will resolve a lot of issues on the social level and on so many other vices that we see in the society. A lot of discrimination, a lot of enviousness, meat eating, and all these kind of problems can be resolved with just understanding this one verse and developing this kind of a vision, Pandita Samdarshina. And how to develop this vision? By becoming more and more Krishna conscious. So when we become more Krishna conscious, so Krishna consciousness includes everyone. Krishna conscious doesn't mean that it's all about Krishna, Krishna, Krishna all the time. But you understand? Krishna means Krishna and anything and anyone in connection with Krishna. So then we understand, okay, Krishna means all the living entities are part and parcel of Krishna. So I should equally respect everyone, and respect, as we discussed, there is a due respect. So try to give the due respect. So that is the true Pandita. Okay, so I'll pause here and let me see if anybody has any quick question. There's no questions, then we'll chant one round of Hare Krishna mantra. So we are talking about becoming Krishna conscious. So how to become Krishna conscious? So the easiest way, which is recommended in this modern age, is by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become Krishna conscious. So let us chant one round of Hare Krishna mantra now. So anybody who's coming first time here, please raise your hand. Okay, so for the newcomers, we have a special gift. So on the counter, please contact there after the chanting, and don't miss your special gift. Please collect your gift. So that is how we welcome all the new visitors in our temple, by giving them one wonderful spiritual gift. So please collect your gift. So those who are coming first time, this chanting might be a little new for you, so I can show you that how to chant. It's very easy. We chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is very easy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So one bead is given to you. So on each bead we chant the full mantra, and then we move to the next, and then chant full mantra, and then next. So like that, 108 times we'll chant this mantra. So this is called mantra meditation or sound meditation. So we chant it a little louder, as loud as you can hear, and you concentrate on the sound vibration. Okay. So it's a recommended process for this modern age, very, very simple, yet very profound process to connect us to Krishna. So let us try now for next 10 minutes or so. Let us try sincerely to chant and hear attentively. Chant discriminatingly and hear attentively. That is the process. You can keep your eyes closed or open. Doesn't make any difference. So far you can hear attentively. Okay. So before we start this Hare Krishna mantra chanting, we chant one invocation mantra, which is Pancha Tattva mantra, which you can repeat after me, and then Hare Krishna mantra will chant together. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna